Good afternoon and welcome to episode number 2 of Trax Action News Express-ish. I'm Alex Vanover.
And I'm Josh LaRue.
You almost forgot your line right there because you
I
hadn't been
did.
in the news studio in so long, huh?
I had to think of what my name was.
Yeah. Well, I was gonna say, since we're talking about that, since it has been a long time since we've both been in the news studio together,
A little
what
cobweb
I'm
in here.
what I'm excited for and what I'm thankful for today, Slashaholics, is that riding shotgun with me once again in the news studio is the man, the myth, the greatest librarian that ever read out of print slasher books that's ever existed on his own YouTube channel. The man, the myth, Mr. VIP himself, Josh LaRue.
I appreciate that, although I am the only one that's ever existed. But, I guess that makes me the best.
You're the best. You are the best.
Some have tried to do it. I can't do the voice of the guy that tried.
You're the best. The best, Jerry. The best. So this okay, Slashaholics. You obviously clicked on the thumbnail. You know what we're doing. This is Trax Action News Express-ish. So Josh and I are going to hit this hard and fast. We're going to hit you with all the very, very important news stories of the day. We're going to get out of here and we're going to go back to our real lives. So we want you to start your day off on the right note. We're going to do about 30 minutes, maybe something around that, maybe a little less, maybe a little more. Get in, get out, have a good time, go to your real life. Josh, let's go to Jumpin' Jeff Farmer real quick and ask him how he feels. Let's just ask him like, hey, Jumpin' Jeff, are you excited that the news channel or the news show is finally on the new channel?
Yep.
I didn't expect anything less from Jumpin' Jeff.
Yeah, he's happy to just have a job again. He hasn't been. You had him on assignment since the last news show was on the main channel in November.
Yeah, I know. And you know what? We got Tony the Spider back. Tony the Spider, what have you been up to since the last time we spoke here on the news show?
Here's Tony the Spider. If you people only knew.
Well, we would know if you answered, but sure, be vague about it. And it sounds like you were up to something shady, so maybe it's best you don't say it.
He's probably working with Country Kitchen buffet guy, the Carver guy, to reach, and Sid Justice, R.I.P. They're all in cahoots to take down the Trax News Network.
Yeah, the ghost of Sid Justice might still pop up from time to time.
How crazy that we were like the last two people to ever have recorded beef with him.
I know, it's crazy, right?
Insane. We did 2 Sid Justice stories like a couple weeks to a month before he passed. Crazy, man.
Yeah.
And on that amazing note, let's go into some nice comments.
Let's do it.
All right. R.I.P. Sid. We loved you.
Yes.
Hey, oh, by the way, wrestling fun fact. Sid is the only pro wrestler to ever hold the winged eagle belt and to not currently be in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, he deserves to be in there.
Definitely. For sure. If Coco Beware is in the Hall of Fame, Sid Justice belongs in the Hall of Fame. That's ridiculous.
Scott Steiner does too. The WWE Vault uploaded a Scott Steiner match today, him and Triple H. And I commented, going to make this super quick, commented that WWE dropped the ball. They brought Scott Steiner in as a babyface whenever he was the top heel in WCW, because there's nothing better than Scott Steiner as an unhinged heel. But they brought him in and said, let's make him the babyface in this situation. That'll work. People replied to it and said, he was a babyface in WCW. No, he was their top heel whenever he left. He was feuding with Booker T. But I digress.
You were like one of the only people still watching WCW in 2000. That's why you know that.
That's why 2001, I watched it till the last Nitro. I know.
I was going to say real quick, though, like and we've talked about this before, but Scott Steiner could barely walk at that point. Didn't he have he was basically have a club foot?
Yeah, and the thing is, if he was a heel, instead as a face, he's got to do all this face stuff, like go out and clap hands with the crowd and do high spot type stuff. But if he was the heel, that foot wouldn't have been so obvious because he could be like a methodical heel,
Yeah,
like
slower,
cheating and yeah. But no,
deliberate.
Triple H has to be the top heel, and Vince has to bury WCW guys. I don't know why they would bring Scott Steiner in as a face. That was so stupid. Even at the time, I'm like, what the hell are they doing?
They did it because Triple H was going to get a win over him, and they wanted to step on WCW one last time. That's what that was.
Exactly. It's so stupid.
100%
No,
what that was.
I've seen stuff where they're like, we don't know why that angle didn't work. You took an unhinged heel and made him a baby face. You took away everything, all the fun stuff from Scott Steiner. But I didn't mean to digress. What do we got?
He's fat. He's fat.
This fat son of a bitch is challenging all of us, has been world champions before, been in this business 15, 20 years, and this fat son of a bitch is going to challenge us all out.
Just calm down, okay? All right?
He's fat!
Scott Steiner talking about, what was he talking about? Who was he talking about when he called him fat? Was it
Kevin Owens?
you remember?
I think Samoa Joe.
Yeah, it was Samoa Kevin Owens. I honestly my mind went there.
I don't like Kevin Owens. I never have.
Yeah, I know it was Samoa Joe.
You know, they say all men are created equal, but you look at me and you look at Small Joe, and you can see that statement is not true. See, normally if you go one-on-one with another wrestler, you got a 50-50 chance of winning. But I'm a genetic freak, and I'm not normal. So you got a 25% at best at beating me. And then you add Kurt Angle to the mix, your chances of winning drastically go down. See, the three-way at Sacrifice, you got a 33 1/3 chance of winning. But I got a 66 2/3 chance of winning because Kurt Angle knows he can't beat me, and he's not even going to try. So, Samoa Joe, you take your 33 1/3 chance minus my 25% chance, and you got an 8 1/3 chance of winning at Sacrifice. But then you take my 75% chance of winning, if we used to go one-on-one, and then add 66 2/3%, I got 141 2/3 chance of winning at Sacrifice.
All right?
He's fat!
Okay, first we're gonna do two nice comments. Okay, so no mean comments on ExpressISH.
Really?
So nice comment.
Oh, we had a
This-
mean one that was funny.
We're gonna save that for the news show.
Okay.
Yeah,
all right,
ExpressISH in and out. We gotta go. Let's do
Let's
this.
go. Let's go.
All right, nostalgia overload. WWF ice cream, Cheetos paws, secret deodorant, Power Rangers, and Creep Show. 11 out of 10. So that's higher than 10 out of 10. It's an impossible score. We did the impossible. We got the 11. And that is from our friend Corky Ronson, 6233. And he left that comment on Slash Trax Saturday mornings, number 21, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, White Light, Part 1.
Corky Romano coming in clutch. Appreciate that, buddy.
One more nice comment before we get into our fun facts.
Okay.
Or actually, we have a show sponsor before fun facts. So we're going to do one more fun fact, then we'll go to our show sponsor.
Okay. One more nice comment.
Yeah, one more nice comment. And this is kind of on you, Josh. This is your editing work here. You got a flair for editing. That Flair montage was hilarious. Let's get realistic indeed. And that's from our friend Veronica Snyder, 262. And that comment was left in the below of Slash Trax News ExpressISH number 1.
I thought the audio clip I found of Flair was perfect for that. Let's get realistic.
Woo!
You didn't even know I was going to do that. You thought I was going to.
No, I really liked it. It was a nice mistake, like a happy accident. Hey, Josh, let's go to today's show sponsor.
Okay.
Yeah.
We are Flintstone kids, 10 million strong and growing.
Only one children's vitamin comes complete with the great Flintstones taste and fun character shapes kids love.
We are Flintstone kids, 10 million strong.
Flintstones, with the vitamins and minerals kids need and the taste they love.
Now that's what I call complete.
And growing.
What an amazing product that the Slashaholics should look into purchasing
Yes.
in the near future.
Yeah. It goes good with Warrior Fuel. Somehow it does. Just figure it out on your own.
So a can of the Ultimate Warriors carbonated steroid fueled urine,
Cocaine fuel.
cocaine fueled steroid fueled urine power drink, energy drink goes well with this product?
Yes, somehow
Okay.
make it work.
Okay. Um, let's get into some fun facts, Josh.
Let's do it.
All right, man. In the 1700s, pineapples cost $8,000 in today's money. People used to rent pineapples to show off to their guests at parties.
I've actually heard about this. That is crazy, right? Like they were so exotic, man. And now they just help you, it's supposed to make you have a better am I turning red yet?
Yeah, I don't know.
Flavor.
I know where you're going with this.
Supposed to give you a better
helps-
flavor, apparently.
Yeah, it helps your whatever taste better than a can of Warrior Fuel. That's for sure. Roided up cherry or roided up raspberry and coked out cherry.
Coked out cherry. Yep,
Yeah,
that's it.
the pineapple would help your, taste better. My question is, if it cost $8,000 to rent the pineapple, not actually buy and eat it, what were the late fees if you return the pineapple not on time? What was that situation
I
like?
was trying to think of a funny blockbuster joke for that, but I couldn't think of anything. I'm usually really good with my quips, but I don't have one here. But yeah,
I got another one. You could look outside of wherever you get the pineapples, and in a coming attractions poster, in lights, it says coming soon, and it has a picture of an apple.
or a watermelon.
Yeah, or anything like that. Hey, last fun fact of ExpressISH number 2.
Okay.
You ready? All right. In 1719, Josh, prisoners in Paris were offered freedom on the condition that they would marry a prostitute and move to Louisiana.
That explains it. It's all clicking together now. And that's where my ancestors came from France for trying. They didn't even get to pull the trigger or whatever. They plotted to kill royalty, the Leroux, the Leroux's, and they were exiled from France and ended up in the Americas in Louisiana. And
Wow.
we branched out from there. So one of my ancestors probably married a prostitute in West Louisiana.
I'd love to see your family's coat of arms.
Right.
No, I was gonna say the guy is like, I don't know if I want to do that. I mean, yeah, sure, I'll marry a prostitute, but Louisiana, I don't know. All right, so that's the end of fun facts. Hope you enjoyed that. Slashaholics, think about that on your commute to work or wherever you're going.
I threw in a fun fact too.
Yeah.
My ancestors tried to kill royalty. So there you go.
Hey, that's 3 for the price of 2, baby. /Trax2020@gmail.com. If you have any comments about what we just talked about, anything you want to talk about, anything you want to suggest in the future, like the very next segment coming up, who would win? If you have a who would win and you want to write us and propose one to us, /Trax2020@gmail.com. If you have any advice you want us to maybe answer in a future episode of a full news show or an ExpressISH, write us at that email. You want our advice. You know where the men to come to. Write us at the email. We'll help you out. Josh, who would win? This is a good one.
Okay.
I'm going to butcher this name, and I apologize. Makatatawa Tihani Sanaka wrote in to /Trax Saturday mornings, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers White Light Part 1, and they asked us, who would win, Josh? Who would win, Alex? The Green Ranger or the White Ranger? You take the floor first, Josh.
Evil Green Ranger or good Green Ranger?
Doesn't say. Just says Green Ranger versus White Ranger.
Oh, wait. Evil Green Ranger would kill the White Ranger. Or he would take over the Tiger Zord, and instead of destroying everything, he would just randomly jump back out of it and never go back into it again.
Yeah.
Power-wise, the Sword of Darkness, Evil Green Ranger defeats the White Ranger. However, when the Green Ranger turned good, his powers were limited, and if he exerted too much energy, his powers would drop down.
I remember.
He didn't eat enough pineapple, but
oh no.
I would say Evil Green Ranger beats the White Ranger, but the White Ranger beats the good Green Ranger just because his power was waning. If he exerted too much power, the White Ranger would be able to finish him off. So there you go. Good question.
Alpha, this is Zordon. Tommy needs pineapple. His
Kimberly, he's
his
gagging.
power is waning. He has severe cramps, Alpha. This is me, Zordon. I repeat, pineapple. We need it for Tommy.
Aye. He needs $8,000, Zordon.
Kimberly's like, yeah, Tommy does need some pineapple. Just saying.
It's tasting
Yeah.
a little bulky over here.
Just saying. Hey, did did Tommy's, change color when he went from the Green Ranger to the White Ranger?
Oh God, I hope so. Because if it was green to begin with, whew, he's got some.
You gotta have that looked at, Tommy.
Gonorrhea
Because
Zord.
yeah, that's not the only thing evil about you. We think you have the most evil STD of all time.
Right.
I'm gonna say evil Green Ranger wins in a landslide against the White Ranger. I think Saba distracts Tommy as the White Ranger, probably being a backseat driver a little too much in the Tiger Zord. Evil Green Ranger's got the Sword of Darkness. He's focused. He's been practicing his kata on the moon. He's been locked in, just training for most of his miniseries. He's ready to go. I think if it's the good Green Ranger versus the White Ranger, White Ranger wins in a landslide.
Yeah.
So ultimately, Slashaholics, evil Green Ranger all day and twice on Sunday.
Yep.
No problem. Josh, we got a new segment for the show.
Okay.
For all you Slashaholics that you want to save some money and you want to do some stuff at home, you want to have fun at home. Maybe you can utilize some of the stuff around your house to have a nice arts and crafts project, maybe. We have a new segment called Trax Craft Corner. And Josh, why don't you hit him with the special craft tip?
Wow. That way.
Fishing for a craft idea, I want you to come along because I have the perfect catch. I'm going to take this fish and actually make these prints that you see on these towels over here. And are they fun? I mean, if you've wanted to have a perfect fish, you just go to the store and buy one. You put the paints on it, make your print. You then can clean the fish off and take it out on the grill. So you've got to fish to go along with your beach towels by the pool or out on the beach. Okay, we'll come back over this side with some more, kind of mix that in so they mix together. That makes it a lot more fun. Kind of a red and a pink. I want the fish's head to be here, so we'll put that right in the middle. Just lay that down, and then you begin pressing that. Well, I guess the time has come to open it up and see how we're doing. Ah, it turned out just great. You can see the eyes. There we go. You're all set with a beach towel. Go ahead and wash this off, take it out and put it on the grill, and I'll tell you, you've got a wonderful project that is really unique. And by the way, you can also put this on a t-shirt. Have fun with your fish.
Interesting. Get after it, folks.
Yeah, I don't know about that, man. Definitely has a shelf life. If you are going to use that particular craft technique, you need to you need to do it the day you buy the fish. Okay, so yeah, we need to just take care of that craft project immediately. Let's get into Trax ExpressISH Sports, Josh. Your favorite part of the show. Wake up, Josh.
All right, I'm here.
Okay, this first one is not a full story. I just wanted to mention him because it's so impressive. It's not funny or anything. I have to give this guy kudos.
Okay.
Okay. Indiana Hoosiers quarterback Curtis Rourke played all season with a torn ACL. That's amazing on two different levels because he played all season. He was able to play with a torn ACL at the highest college level you can, but he also helped guide the team to the first ever football playoffs. So he not only played in every game, but he exceeded beyond the expectations of anyone could have even possibly imagined for Indiana, because Indiana is not known as a football school; it's a basketball school. So
Of course.
yeah, of course you know that.
People are like, Indiana's a football school, right? And you're like, no, it's a basket. Everybody knows it's a basketball school.
It's a basketball school because
Lord.
Bobby Knight is a legend and he used to throw chairs across the basketball court. Don't you remember him?
Yeah.
Did you ever hear about him?
The legend of the name you just said is very synonymous in Indiana. Like
With basketball, of course. Yeah, but anyway, we here at the Slash Trax News Studio, we salute you, Curtis Rourke. Now let's get into the real news sports story.
Okay.
You ready?
Mhm.
All right. Last week, Josh, the Chicago Bears filed an official request for permission to speak to then Dallas Cowboys football head coach Mike McCarthy. So Mike McCarthy's contract was coming up to end, and the Bears were like, "Hey, can we talk to him? Because we'd like, possibly we might want to hire him if you guys don't, retain him." Well, Dallas denied it. They blocked it. They rejected it, which would make you think what, Josh? What would you think if Dallas did that?
They're shopping around.
Well, you would think they're going to retain him to
Yeah,
be
they're
their
gonna,
head coach, right?
yeah, they're gonna they want to keep him. Yep.
Not so fast, my friend. Dallas proceeded to fire him later that week.
Oh, okay. I misunderstood the story, but yeah, gotcha.
The Bears wanted to interview Mike McCarthy while he was still with the Cowboys, and the Cowboys are like, "No, don't think so. He's not allowed." 5 days later, the Cowboys proceeded to fire him themselves.
It's like you're good enough that we don't want you coaching another team, but you're not quite good enough that we want you coaching our team.
So petty, so stupid. If you know you're going to get rid of a guy and you can tell like there's not going to be a new contract and you're going to part ways and you're ultimately going to get rid of him, why would you stop him from being able to provide for his family in the future? That's so dumb.
Well, the dean was out $8,000 for his pineapple party when he rented it off at the coach. The coach could have given him a discount on that pineapple rental.
They were discussing how many pineapples he was going to get in his next contract had he signed with the Cowboys, and Jerry Jones is like, "Oh, no, hell no. Mike, you're getting 2 bushels of pineapples, and that is it, okay?" That's not how we do things in Texas with pineapples.
Oh, man. I decided I was going to insert this in there and like hit you with it without you knowing it's coming.
Okay.
ExpressISH video game horror story here. Friday the 13th, the video game, as everybody knows, a year ago was taken off all the storefronts, and they told people you have a year left. As of December 31st, 2024, the video game will be offline. You cannot play online. All the clothes you bought for your character, all the skins, all the dances, all the Jasons, gone. You can just play the offline bot thing.
Lame.
A fan, don't know who they are, bought dedicated servers on January 2nd or 3rd. And now, at least on PS4 and PS5, go to YouTube, type in how to play Friday the 13th on PlayStation in 2025. It's simple. It took me like 30 seconds to do, and you can play online. The game is still there on PlayStation 4 and 5. That's really cool. And
you get to keep all your stuff?
Everything that you had is back. And you can play online. There's a shit ton of people playing online. Sorry, crap ton. People playing online there now. It's like it reinvigorated the game because everybody lost the game, and like everybody's coming back at the last second to play it before it went away.
Yeah.
And then this guy does a dedicated servers, and it's kind of like reinvigorated the game. So it's really cool. There's a lot of people playing right now. Do it before they shut that one down, which I don't understand why they would. It's not hurting nobody. And also, if you're watching this on Saturday, we filmed this on Wednesday. Thursday, the Switch 2 is supposed to get announced, so that's cool. But back to you, Alex.
That's actually really good news. That game, I've never had a chance to play that game because I don't have a PC. I just have the laptop here.
Oh, you don't have, you have a PlayStation 4 or an Xbox?
No, I don't.
Okay. Switch?
I don't.
You have a Nintendo Switch?
I don't.
Shit. Okay.
I'm a retro. I'm like retro. Super Nintendo, regular Nintendo, Sega Genesis.
I've got a Wii that I modded that has all the old games on it, and I've got an N64, and I just got WCW NWO World Tour, WCW NWO Revenge,
Saw that.
WCW Mayhem, and sadly WWF Attitude, which I'm probably never going to play. I want WrestleMania 2000 and No Mercy, man. Oh, and somebody took No Mercy with the storyline and everything
Yeah.
and modded it. And you can buy the cartridge off of Etsy and stuff. It's called WCW Feel the Bang. It's a brand new N64 game. And I think they used, like I said, No Mercy or Mayhem or something. And it's got like the entire WCW roster ever, all the different, and it's got like a storyline mode.
Oh,
Brand
that's
new
really
game
cool.
in 2025. Yeah.
So you can like guide your wrestler through his career,
In
kind of like
WCW.
sort of deal.
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah. I'm gonna check that one out eventually and I'll get back to you. But
Well, Josh, that was a perfect transition since we're talking about wrestling because we're gonna get into a double segment, Slashaholics. This is a happy accident again. Josh didn't know we were gonna be talking about this. Josh, what were you calling this segment?
this segment was gonna be called What Makes Josh Do His Happy Dance?
Okay. And what I call this segment is Slash Trax Wrestling. So it's a little double dipper, okay? We are the Red Hot Chili Peppers. Move over there because we the double dipper. Zip right down on the zipper. All right, you ready, buddy?
Let's do it.
Do it. Hulk Hogan showed up at the very inaugural, very first episode of Raw on Netflix. Real American hit. Jimmy Hart came out with the American flag. Hulk Hogan's got the bandana, the shades, the long blonde-haired extensions. He's got his tank top on, his Real American Beer tank top. Hulk Hogan grabs the mic. He's going to address this raucous crowd who's excited to see the Hulkster. As soon as he starts to open his mouth and cut his promo, he gets showered with the loudest ovation of boos I've ever heard in my life. This was Rocky Sucks boos. This wasn't just heel heat.
No.
This was go away heat.
And it's not just because of where it was at, because I guarantee there was just as many people from other side there. It's like people are just done with Terry.
Yeah.
Like, it's not just his political stuff and calling a certain his hero or whatever. It's his lies. It's his lies. It's how he's treated the business, how he's always been selfish, put himself before other people. Set up programs with people like Shawn Michaels and stuff just to screw them over, after he gets his win. People are just done with his shadiness. And he was my hero growing up,
So he was mine too. If I have photos of me in Hulk Hogan pajamas,
yeah,
holding my Hulk Hogan figure asleep.
I probably ruined the Hulkamania tapes from my local video store growing up. I rented them so much, the tracking was probably horrendous, but people are like, well, Undertaker said something similar off and he didn't get booed. No, Mark Calloway said something offline about something. Undertaker didn't. Hogan messed up and used his gimmick to represent what Terry Bollea, does.
I don't think it's just,
No, it's part of that. It's part of that.
I don't think it's part of it for sure, but I don't think it's just that. I think it's like the leaked prison tapes from his son when they were trying to blame the victim of that car crash.
The racism.
The racism, the leaked tapes,
the lies,
the adultery with his daughter's friend, who was the same age as his daughter. All the shady stuff he's ever done, all the people he wouldn't put over, all the things, just it's a package. It's just everything he's done always was to serve Hulk Hogan.
Yep.
And people are sick of it.
And I guess the recent stuff was just the cherry on top.
All of it. It's everything. It's the
lies. Every time he sits down, he tells new lies. He doesn't even remember his old lies. It just
you know what's the worst part about that, Josh? He had so much success in his career that he never had to embellish it. He could just say his own career, like I main evented 9 WrestleManias. I was part of the Pontiac Silverdome largest indoor crowd ever at a wrestling pay-per-view. I body slammed Andre the Giant. I was in X amount of movies. I did a TV show. I beat Vince McMahon in the ratings or helped beat him for X amount of dates. He could say any of that, but he just chooses to not only say that, but lie about stuff that he never did and doesn't exist and can be proven wrong by just looking at Google.
In fact, going forward on the main news show, I'm going to have like a little corner of the show where I'm going to break down one Hogan lie every episode just to show you folks how insane the lies are. And I think finally it's the Dark Knight quote. You either die the hero or you live long enough to see yourself become the villain. And Hogan is smack dab in the middle of that right now.
Yeah.
And and poor Jimmy Hart, man. I love Jimmy Hart to death. He's not political. He's friendly. He's nice to everybody. And he's back there waving that American flag. And I guarantee this is a joke going around the internet. I guarantee when they walked through that curtain back to the back, Hogan turned to Jimmy Hart and said, "Damn, brother, you got some heat."
He did say that.
Oh,
Kevin
that was
Nash,
a joke.
No, he did say that. I was going to tell you that. Kevin Nash was quoted on his podcast. Click this podcast. I listened to it today, a clip of it. That that's what he said to Jimmy Hart when they went through the curtains.
Was it as a joke, or is he?
I
really
think it
saying-
was. I think it was like Hogan wasn't expecting that, and he was trying to like break the ice because he couldn't all of a sudden. Hogan couldn't all of a sudden flip heel and be NWO Hogan after he sees that he's getting booed because he's trying to sell the crowd his beer.
Yeah,
You're not going to buy the beer from a heel Hogan. What is he going to? Oh, buy my beer, brother, and then I'll spray paint your chest.
What got me so happy was, I've been waiting for everybody to figure out what kind of piece of crap he is. And he had to finish his lines. Kevin Nash says it like he was, Hogan accepted the booze and was like, you know what? I'm still Hulk Hogan. You're still going to listen to me. I'm going to say what I'm going to say. I don't think so. Hogan is an egotistical, narcissistic person. He was filling those boos. I guarantee it. He wanted to tell that crowd to F off. I guarantee it. But he had to sit there and say his lines for his company and for Netflix of the one thing that stayed true through my 40 years in this business, brother, is that you guys always had my back no matter what.
As they're booing the living piss out of him. I have one last thing to say about this before we move on to horror.
All right.
When the booze crash down and it hurts inside, you got to sell your beer. There's nowhere to hide.
There it is. He's like, you're gonna throw me some booze? Well, I'm gonna throw you some booze. Hogan, real American booze, right there. So
Hogan, real American booze. Also,
there we go.
I gotta say, Hogan, real American booze. This show, Slashaholics, the next episode is sponsored by Hulk Hogan's new alcoholic beverage, Hulk Hogan's Real American Booze.
I didn't even mean that was a happy accident.
That's a potential merch item with Warrior Fuel. Maybe we'll cross brand that. Josh,
there we go.
Let's get into Slash Trax horror.
Let's do it.
Okay. This is the only story we have because this is ExpressISH.
Scream 7.
Andy Muschietti, the director, and I think he wrote the first the remakes of it, right? The 2000. Yeah. Okay, so Andy Muschietti, who's doing Welcome to Derry, the prequel, says they have a 3-season plan for the It prequel series, Welcome to Derry. There's going to be 3 different eras: 1962, 1935, 1908, and it's going to cover catastrophic events in Derry's history. And the ones that are mentioned are the Black Spot Fire, the Bradley Gang Massacre, and the Kitchener Ironworks explosion. Josh, are you excited to watch this show?
Yes.
And which catastrophe do you want to see covered in depth the most?
I really want to see the 1908 era. It's probably. I think they're going to go backwards, like you said. They're not going to start there.
No, they'll go back. I think they'll go back to where, like, maybe they'll end the series when it shows him like showing up in his spaceship.
Yeah, so that's going to be fun. That's the season I'm looking the most forward to. So it's going to be a lot of fun.
It'll be fun just to see Skarsgård back in the makeup, doing the creepy eye, not politicking to be the next Joker, not ruining the Crow franchise. I want to be Pennywise. Okay, that's what I want to see you do.
I think you'd be a good Joker. I really do. But that we've already talked about that, or you did.
Yeah, I never got your take on that. What's your take on that?
I think he'd make a great Joker. I think he's got a good Joker inside of him, and I think it would be like a Mark Hamill mixed with Heath Ledger, and I think that'd be a good blend. I really do.
He physically looks like the Batman the Animated Series Joker. Like, he looks like that Joker.
And I finally saw Joker 2, and I actually loved the movie, and I liked the ending with the guy, because I never thought Joaquin Phoenix was going to be the Joker. He would be like 70 years old when Batman's old enough to be Batman. I always figured it was an idea. He was the birth of the Joker disease, you know, that spread. And I like the ending. I thought that was maybe Heath Ledger's Joker cutting his smile up, or a theory going around that he didn't actually die, that guy wasn't even a prisoner. It was just always something like in his head, and that was the Joker side of him.
Mm-hmm.
And at the end of it, the Joker side of him finally killed his side. And if you watch,
Took over
yeah,
completely.
but I think it's more of a disease that spreads, because if you watch that little cartoon at the beginning of Joker 2 about like the shadow self taking over the person, but as soon as the person gets arrested or whatever, it left him. I think that was like Todd Phillips saying, it's not the person, it's the idea. You know, the shadow left him in the cartoon, just like it left him and went to that other guy at the end. Did not mean to get into that.
Well, I would like to see Todd Phillips do Hulk Hogan's biography then. I'd like to see how he addresses Hulk Hogan, the shadow Hulk Hogan, taking over the man, Terry Bollea.
There you go.
Todd Phillips could do a really good job with that, I think.
I do too.
Dude.
I do too. No, but man, I really think, in all seriousness, Skarsgård is going to be is going to do amazing work on Welcome to Derry. I think the show's going to be great, and I'm not going to watch The Crow. I just can't, because I love the original too much, and it just. I kind of hope, you know, because Tim Curry still does conventions, even in his wheelchair and everything. It would
Yeah,
be
I saw
cool
that.
if he popped up in like a little cameo on Welcome to Derry somewhere, like a townsperson, you know, in like the 1908 series or something, you know. That'd be pretty neat.
They could put him like he could be like behind the counter of the Derry Inn. He could be checking him in like Home Alone.
Yeah, just
You could
anything.
you could hide that he's in a wheelchair. There's definitely workarounds that you can do.
Or just
That would be
embrace the wheelchair, you know. Maybe he's like a guy that was like young in the 1908 one, you know, as a kid, and like in the middle area of the 20, was it it's like
like
1932.
1935.
Yeah, maybe there something happened where he went to take a fight to Pennywise and ended up in a wheelchair.
So you're saying Pennywise versus Pennywise?
Yeah, like have him, somebody else play of course the younger versions of him, like really young, you know, 27 years later. And then and so in the first, if they went backwards, it would start with him in the wheelchair, you know, his character.
Mm-hmm.
And then in the middle one, it would be him going against Pennywise and getting hurt to where he got put in the wheelchair. And then
Sure.
the last one would be him as a kid, you know, facing Pennywise back in 08. That would be a really cool little way to incorporate Tim Curry, even with his wheelchair. So
I would just love to see Tim Curry in any form or fashion, cameo, guest spot, anything involved in that. I think the fans would go crazy for that.
yeah, he did the Rocky Horror remake as the narrator guy, and it was really cool. He even sang slightly at the end of that, which was hard for him to do, but he was an amazing singer, man.
Frankenfurter in the house.
Yes.
In the house. In the heezy for sheezy. Josh, all right. I think it's important that we take care of this next segment, because I know when we were talking off air before we were recording how much we care about the Slashaholics and Slashketeers' health.
Yeah.
Okay. And Josh,
Yeah.
you told me,
Gotta look like that.
and that's right. And Josh, you told me, you said, I found a lady, and anybody could use her exercise program to improve their health, improve their vitality, and just make their everyday life easier. Josh, you told me this. I watched it. I believe in it. I believe in you. I believe in her. And not only that, Josh, but I believe in the product more than anything. And I think you need to show the Slashaholics what we're talking about. This is for you, Slashaholics.
The name of the technique is called the lion. And some of you may know this, but we've added a few new things to it. You're going to watch me first, and then you'll follow along. It starts with a low O, stretching the skin at the bottom part of your face. We'll then accompany it with sticking your tongue out. You can see the stretch. We will then look up so we can work underneath the eyes. and we'll hold our breath for a count of 8. Now, I'm going to demonstrate this, and then you'll do it along with me. Watch. Wow. Bringing blood to the face and oxygenating the blood is the most cleansing thing you can do. Besides skimming 10 years off the way you look.
And coincidentally enough, the way we were able to pay her, you know, was through our new sponsorship, which is sponsoring her workout directly. And yeah, so we're just gonna cut to that sponsor.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
What's up with chicken sandwiches? Big bun, puny chicken. It takes 2 to fill me up. Give me more chicken!
Finally!
Hello, chicken.
Someone was listening.
It's got 2 of everything. 2 pieces of cheese,
Pieces of bacon.
and 2 pieces of chicken. So long, bun.
Now this is a chicken sandwich.
The new KFC Double Down Chicken Sandwich. So much 100% premium chicken, we didn't have room for a bun. Tried an original recipe or grill.
Hey, Colonel, you the man.
Unthink. It tastes the unhungry side of KFC.
You know, that much grease might not make your face look too pretty for workouts. You know, some pimples popping up, but it's the world we live in.
She's got all these people in her class because all the slashaholics want to join the program because they saw it on this episode. She thinks they're working really hard with the program, but their face is just super greasy from the chicken.
Dude, fucking sorry. There goes us getting monetized. I said clucking. Two pieces of chicken is the bun. I mean, come on. When is there ever going to be anything as beautiful as that? Just imagine if McDonald's did that. You know, 2 quarter-pound patties as the buns, and in the middle is like the regular cheeseburger patties with secret sauce and, you know, bacon and stuff.
Dude, there was this isn't in the show, but since you brought it up, I'm going to talk about it real quick. McDonald's is under fire, slashaholics, because apparently their value menu, they rolled it out for January like it was a brand new thing. Well, it's actually the value menu they've had for like the last like year. Nothing changed.
No.
They just made it seem like they rolled it out. And a bunch of people that saw this new ad campaign are like, "What the hell is this? This is the same crap that's been at my McDonald's for the last year.
Right?
This isn't new. There's nothing new about this." So what's McDonald's doing? Why are they trying to pretend like they have a new value menu, but it's the same one?
Well, I have this theory that the world is just getting dumber and dumber. And I think they're just they just jumped the gun a little bit on Idiocracy, thinking nobody would notice, you know.
Yeah.
Like, oh, they're too busy watching Ow My Balls or whatever on TV. And you know, they need to do the T-Rex burger. Have you heard about that? The Wendy's T-Rex burger?
No, what's that?
I don't know how many patties it is. It's like 25, 50, or 100. You know what?
50
Time out.
patties.
Anyways, while I've got him on pause, I didn't know that I had that ability, that power, and I really hope that I'm able to unpause Alex, because if not, it's going to be very awkward doing these shows. But yeah, it was a T-Rex burger at Wendy's, and I think it had, let's see here. I found it on Reddit. Let's see here, 1, 2, okay, it's 10 patties. I thought it was like way more than that. Okay, it's 8 slices of cheese, 8 patties. Let's tell Alex about it. Time in. So anyways, the T-Rex burger is 8 patties and 8 slices of cheese. So
8 pat. How did you get the information that fast? You just said you didn't know.
I just stopped for like a split second. It just popped in there, man. Time out. Shit, I did not think that through. So he's gonna be suspicious now. So I'm gonna roll this back a little bit. Time in. I'm just guessing, just spitballing. But I'll look it up real quick. Oh, would you look at there? Yep, 8 patties and 8 slices of cheese. That was a good guess I did there. Totally a guess.
Wow, that's incredible.
Yeah, it's like 50
That's incredible.
bucks.
Wow, it's a gift. Okay, well, we better get to the next segment before I think I'm having blackouts or something. I feel real like, have you ever seen Butterfly Effect? You ever see that movie?
Yeah, yeah.
I feel like I'm having like an Ashton Kutcher Butterfly Effect thing happening.
Time out. What Alex don't know is if I do this too much, he's going to start having seizures. So we better just cut it out after this. Time in. But anyways, headlines, yeah?
Yeah, let's get into headlines. Let's get into headlines before I'm not able to finish the show. All right, Josh, the one and only headline today. Stanford University's sleep research facility is asleep at the wheel. All right, Josh.
Okay.
When asked after 50 years of research, hard fought sleep research, what he knew about the reason people sleep, William Dement, founder of Stanford's Sleep Research Center, answered, as far as I know, and this is after 50 years of sleep research, as far as I know, the only reason we need to sleep is that we really get sleepy.
Are you serious?
That's the answer. We need to sleep because human beings get really sleepy.
Wow.
I'm serious. That's the quote. That is the quote from the sleep research facility guy who ran the facility for 50 years. We sleep, Josh, because we get sleepy. That's the answer, because we're tuckered out. We're all tuckered out guys and gals. We're
Well,
sleepy.
If an official person who's probably like licensed and everything to do that can come to that conclusion, I'm going to come to my own. I'm going to put on my sleep specialist hat, and it's the same hat as this, so I don't have to take it off, put it back on. But here's my scientific reasoning on why we sleep. And I think it's just as professional as what that guy said. Okay. Our brains are supercomputers. And just like putting your computer to sleep, if you leave your computer on too long, it gets slow and draggy, and you get viruses, and it gets sick, and it shuts down. If we don't sleep, those same things happen to us. And the reason we have to sleep is, like I said, because our brains are supercomputers, but we're also aliens that came to Earth millions of years ago. Okay, we are like centipede-looking aliens. All we were was like this, our spinal cord and all the little nerves and everything that come off.
Yeah.
That's our body and our legs. Our head is the brain and just the eyes. You ever seen like a picture of just our brain and eyes?
Yeah.
Imagine that with the spinal column.
I was following you until you took a turn.
Yeah. So we were aliens, and that's what we actually looked like. We came to Earth, and we found we needed something to protect our bodies because it was dangerous here. So we took chimpanzees and
time out. He's going on a major tangent right here, and I don't know if he knows that I have this ability. I've had this ability the whole time we've known each other. I hope he never is able to harness the timeout ability that I have. We need to get him to wrap this up because I don't know if I agree with him on this alien thing. Time in.
But that's just me saying that, I'm just as it's just shit I just made up on the fly. But that guy spent 50 years studying that. 50 years. And all he can say is we get sleepy. So what's wrong with my idea?
Well, that's kind of like why do human beings eat? Because we're hungry.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Like,
hey, what you were talking about when you were explaining that to begin with, like you turn your computer off and have it like reset. Well, what if, and I'm just spitballing here, what if instead of going to sleep, and because we're tired, we just crack open a nice piss warm can of warrior fuel? And
a piss warm bottle of Hulk Hogan's Real American Booze.
He looks like.
If you mix them together, it's called it's an Ultimate Maniac.
Oh no! I don't. Hey, you go to a bar in LA, specifically LA. Josh and I are feeling pretty tired. Get us 2 of the largest Ultimate Maniacs you can possibly pour us. We're exhausted. Okay. Josh, with that being said, in the show, buddy.
All right. Okay. Thank you all so much for watching episode 2 of Trax Action News Express-ish. We appreciate you hanging with us. As Hogan would say, you came in and we were hanging and banging. And brother, if you want to contact us, /Trax2020@gmail.com. If you want to support the channel, which right now, if everything we earn from this channel comes from you amazing viewers. We are not monetized currently on the second channel, and the main channel will never be monetized. So if you like what we do on either channel and want to support the channel, our Patreon is on the screen, our Cameo is on the screen, and also in the description and comments, you'll also find our PayPal if you want to do a super thanks donation or even a Cash App donation. We see every donation, every Patreon membership. We appreciate them all. Yeah, thank you so much for watching. Be excellent to each other. And remember, the sun never sets on those who ride into it. Good night and have a pleasant tomorrow. Say good night, Alex.
Good night, Alex. Mahalo, dog.
What was that?
Mahalo, dogs.
You know what? I've changed my mind. I think I should get the last word when we close the show. Why do you always get the last word?
You do you?
Yeah, I really do. In fact,
time out.
Push up! Yabba dabba doo! A yabba dabba, a dabba doo! Yeah, Flintstone push-ups, that's what's cool! Push-ups, Flintstone push-ups! A modern Stone Age sherbet treat! A taste right out of history! Push-ups! A foodie flavor! Fred, Barney, Wilma too! Make every bite more fun for you! Push-ups, Flintstone push-ups! A taste right out of history!